friends, Andrea here with Snow Cabin Crafts, bringing you another paper pumpkin alternative. This is out of my big stash of the things that I let pile up for almost a year, and now that I'm on another extended vacation, I'm trying to get through some of these, and I'm having a blast, and I love what I did in my scurried rush to put all these kits together to expand the number of cards I was making. If you don't know what Paper Pumpkin is, it's a monthly crafting experience with Stampin' Up. You can get a monthly subscription that you can stop or start anytime, and you can get a discount if you purchase a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription that you can also stop or start anytime. So you can skip months in that subscription. You don't need to get them all in a row. If you have any questions about that, give me an email at snowcabincrafts@gmail.com, and I'd love to tell you more about it. But I think most people are here because they're looking for alternatives, so I want to jump into that. So the first one that we have here is this card, and for this month, I think Stampin' Up is on to me, but the back side of these cards is usually blank. Normally, I am taking advantage of the fact that they carry the pattern over between front and back. Well, this time it's blank, but I still worked with that. They were working with kind of a three-dimensional layered look on this set. So like you see this bag here, well, all right, there's the bag, but then you were supposed to layer a bag over it and layer the handle. Well, why would I do that, right? So I made another card out of those. So this is just the printed part on the card. This blue, that's all part of the card. The flowers are all part of what was printed. So I stamped the label and added the twine and added brushed brass butterflies. And that was it for this card. I mean, really simple, very easy to make. And this is pecan pie cardstock. So again, I would have cut the card front down to mat onto this, onto the pecan pie cardstock. And then I did crushed curry cardstock for this one. And I do not remember where this DSP came from. Right now I'm drawing a blank on where I got that, but anything that picks up these colors is going to work just fine. And this background here, this is the back of this card, the back half of the card, quartered. All right, so it's pretty plain. It's got some flex and some visual interest in it, but it's pretty basic. So the flowers, we're also adding some three-dimensionality to here, but I didn't put them on here. So I put them on here for my basket. Again, with the brass butterflies and the label and the twine, but still fairly easy card to come up with. All right, I like how that turned out. The next one, same concept. You have this typewriter, you have a pre-printed background with the flowers and the typewriter and this blue strip. And then you have a typewriter that layers over it, and flowers that that layer over it to give it some three-dimensionality. So I went with just the basic card. Okay, there's no layers here. Added my twine. In this case, you stamped on the quote-unquote paper in the typewriter, and I put in those brass butterflies, and that was it. So Lost Lagoon background after cutting down the mat again. So that's my next card design. And then using that typewriter label, I should let you see what the card looks like. Okay, using the typewriter label, they had a little die cut that popped into the typewriter that you stamped, as I did. Stamping the background, I love this stamp here. And then this DSP is from, I think it's from the Pattern Party that came out a couple years ago. Lost Lagoon card. And again, this is the back of any of the cards really that I cut in half because they went with the plain background this time. But fairly easy. This is all popped up on dimensionals. The flowers are stamped directly on the card, and those brushed brass butterflies. Can you say that quickly? I'm having a problem with it. Okay, and then the last card, well, one of those designs that I just couldn't bring myself to cut in half. Okay, but I thought it was just beautiful. This was to be layered up, and this is the, I guess, the front half of the card that it would be layered over, that I cut down to mat onto early espresso cardstock. And then I stuck with their sentiment there, the brushed brass butterflies, the twine. Again, these cards, I think they're so pretty, and they went together so quickly and so easily. And then the last card, because I had with the 3 different cards all having those same plain back sides as you were, I went ahead and with all of those, I stamped the teapot that is part of the set, the flowers, there's the border, the greeting is from the set, and then I just use alternating squares from, this is from the In Colors DSP. Again, you have those, you get those sets of subtles or neutrals or regals or brights, or the In Colors DSP that have a variety of patterns. So I cut those into 3x3 squares. So one sheet of paper is going to get you 4 squares. We'll do 2 cards here. And in this case, I put it onto a Misty Moonlight background, which is the same as the stamp that you're provided. Now I'm looking at this and thinking, did they give us 2 stamps or just 2 ink pads or just 1? So I'm going to take a quick look at that. I might have just, yeah, they just gave you, okay, Secret Sea, sorry, not Misty Moonlight, Secret Sea, and it was just the 1 color, so I added in the floral stamp. That's going to be Petunia Pop. So that's it. Again, 27 cards out of a set that made 9, and really kept several of the cards somewhat true to the design, but still managed to expand it a lot. So I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts on adding alternatives to paper pumpkins, making it so that we can split them up, or do you like more of these kind of set designs that are going to be really hard to separate out? I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.